She's flexing about writing all this poetry, but she doesn't actually have the skills to back it up. No! Oh my life! I am actually speechless. Hey guys! Today I'm gonna be reacting to Adultolescence by Gabbie Hanna. But first, if you're new around here, listen up, because I've got a little secret to tell you. I'm not just any reactor. I am Starlet the Starlet, and I'm a writer. So I don't just react, I review. And the way I do it is simple. If I like something, I add a point, starting from last video's total, and if I don't, I take one off. Now, as y'all can see, I have got some friends here with me. This is Angel, and this is Seth. Alright, let's jump in. I knew it would be bad when it changed and the second half started with "pets are weird, think about it." Like, Gabbie tried her hardest to make readers fear that this girl is about to cut her wrist. Honestly, I think this is the first video where the poems have just been so stupid, all I can do is laugh. I'm literally recording this video right after the last one, as you can tell. The first poem of this video is called Dollhouse. This is one of the more decent ones. Like, compared to the other poems, there's better structure, better rhythm, and it seems to be one of those poems where everything starts off all fine and dandy, but as you read, you can kind of figure out that it's not all it cracks up to be. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure what Gabbie's referring to in it, if I'm honest. I want to know what the inspiration for this one came from as well. But anyway, moving on. From a somewhat long poem to 2 lines. The next one's called Deviated. Oh my days. I was literally about to say, I was gonna say, deviated? What? Like, as in a deviated septum? Yeah, as in a deviated septum. The whole poem says, "These nights are awfully boring without your awful snoring." And isn't that one of the main reasons people snore? Because of a deviated septum or something? Basically an issue with your nose. Now, there is barely anything to this poem. I do not see the point of it at all. But I have to say, out of the previous similar poems that I've read so far, aka the type of poems that really stretch the definition of poetry, because they're too short, badly written, and have nothing insightful to say. Out of all of those poems that I've read, I think I prefer this one, because, I don't know, it was just fun to read out loud. Like, it was something about the words awful and awfully and rhyme with boring and snoring. Anyway, the next poem's called Shh, and there's a picture of, whoa, can you see that? It's a head with someone huddled up inside it. But inside the huddled up person's head is another person that's huddled up, and so on and so on and so on. Wow. It says, "Good things happen when my mind is silent. Thinking has never done me any good." Damn right it hasn't. As proven by the last 70 pages of this book. Okay, the next poem is called Home, and it comes with a picture of a teddy bear and flowers in a shopping trolley. So this poem tells the story of a nightmare divorce. This poem ain't so bad. It's another longer poem, but thankfully it's not the other type of long poem which Gabbie has, which are the ones where she just rambles and goes around in circles and is probably just filler for the book. But this one actually kind of tells a story, and I actually think that Gabbie's descriptions in this are half decent. Basically, it details the life of this guy called Tommy after his wife divorced him, and like I said, this divorce was a nightmare for him because he ends up homeless, because apparently he decided it's better to be homeless than have no one to come home to. I think I'm actually going to give that one a point. Next one, poetry. It's not about poetry, it's a guy. I almost feel ashamed that I got my hopes up. So now I'm mad. What else is new? Basically, this is about how Gabbie wants to write some guy a poem, but she can't because she's tried again and again and again to find the right word to describe him, but can't, because he's apparently that great of a guy. No word in the entire English language can describe him. The first line of it is, I want to write you a poem, but can't find the right synonym. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was addressing me, the reader, but she wasn't. And because this is called poetry, I thought this was gonna try and be meta, but it wasn't. Which was why I ended up being disappointed, because I prefer poems like that. Like, half of the poems I prefer in this book have been like that. Anyway, next. This next one is called Flies. What? The whole thing says, they told me you'd catch more flies with honey, but I don't want to catch flies, I want to kill them. Whoa. This poem also has a really weird picture. Like, it's of this thing that's like half woman, half fly. Like, okay, it has the body of a woman, the wings of a fly, and the head of a fly. But it's holding a fly swatter, and it's looming down over this table, which has a cake and a bunch of miniature people who are eating it. I don't know, these people are carrying something, but I can't tell if they're like the cake or like footballs. Anyway, this mammoth fly has a fly swatter in its hand, and it has a couple of people on it. Like, what the hell? Don't ask me to analyze that, okay? I don't get it. I don't like it. The picture creeps me out. I'm moving on. So the next one is called Tease. Oh my gosh. This sounds like the type of thing that would come from the mind of a crazy guy. If asked about it, I feel like Gabbie would say that this was just her trying to be funny, but she's made too many of these sort of jokes for it to be just an innocent joke, you know? Like it says, if a guy doesn't answer your text for 3 years, does that mean he's not interested or is just playing hard to get? And you see, yeah, there are actually so many people that would try and play this off as a joke, but A, way too many of them make it too much or make it too seriously for it to be just a joke. And B, this may be just a joke to some people, but to others, this is the kind of stuff that legitimately, seriously creeps them out. Like, to a traumatizing point, you know? Like, I have had so many friends that tell me about stuff like this, and this shit ain't cool. And the worst part is, the people who do try and make this as a joke, they don't care if the person they like actually finds it creepy. A lot of people are like this with celebrities as well. Anyway, oh my days. From one scary thing to another. This one is called Arms, and I haven't read it yet, but the picture, look at it. It's of a girl sitting in the corner of a room with a straight jacket. Why does she have that on? Pretty sure that's a straight jacket anyway. Okay, yeah, it is. The whole poem basically compares some guy's hug to being a straight jacket. That's pretty much it. There's not much more to say about that one. So next, Advice 3. Oh, my favorite. Wow. This poem says, always lock your bathroom door, even if you're home alone. Because if you do, you'll have time to pull up your leggings and at least you'll die with dignity. Yeah, lock the door so you have time to preserve your dignity. Not so you have time to try and crawl out the window or something. Halfway through reading that, I realized that I actually missed a poem. Like the previous poem to Advice 3, it's kind of a poem in disguise. Like, look, it's this poem. It's disguised as a drawing, so I ignored it. Anyway, this is called Check. Honestly, I wasn't missing much. All it says is that sometimes she keeps around old to-do lists when she's feeling sad, just so she can feel like she's accomplished a lot. But turns out none of them were actually completed. With so many of these poems, my first reaction is really just, okay, and? Next one's called Dolly. And it's about a guy. A toxic guy at that. So many of these poems are like, give me something else. I'm sorry to toot my own horn here, but I have been damn patient reading and analyzing all these poems. It honestly feels like there's only about 5 or 6 real poems, and after that it's pretty much the same poem written again and again and again. Gabbie's basically saying that she acts as a toy doll for a guy, so he can do stuff like play with her and toss a ball at her, or straight up just ignore her. Obviously talking about a guy who doesn't value his girlfriend. I'm sorry, like, I'd say about 85% of this book so far has been about toxic relationships. I'm sorry, but I'm just getting kind of bored of it. I can't help but feel that Gabbie went through this relationship, wrote a bunch of poetry to get her feelings out, and then thought, you know what, I'm gonna try and make some bank off of this. Stuff like that is not really the sort of things to make bank on. Obviously, yeah, you can, but doing it well takes work. And the reason I think you shouldn't really try and make money off of that is because it's way too personal. Like, once you try and turn it into something like a book, people had the right to criticize it, and criticize it harshly. Like, that's what some people think I'm doing, and I am to an extent, but I could go in a lot harder. And if you are genuinely traumatized and hurt from this relationship, that's the last thing you need. You get me? I do not believe that Gabbie Hanna wrote a poetry book because she loves poetry. If she did, she would have tried a lot harder, and she would have done a lot better than this, to be honest. I think if that's really what she wanted to do, then she should have gone all out and left us shook. Like, just come out with this book no one expected and shown us, hey, look, this is what I'm capable of. She should have written all types of different poems. One of the main issues with this is that she's flexing about writing all this poetry, but she doesn't actually have the skills to back it up. Anyway, the next one's called Gone. And Gabbie basically says, I don't fear death, but I fear death. Like, it says, I don't fear death, I fear the end of all my thoughts and dreams that would disappear into nothingness when I die. So she doesn't fear being dead, she fears dying, I guess? Like, the process of dying. OCD. Right, in this one, Gabbie's comparing how she has no control over herself and her life, but she has almost too much control over stuff like pots and pans and messes and stuff, you know? I don't think you can call that OCD though. OCD is a legitimate mental illness. Like, they obsess about cleaning things up. It's not always about cleaning, but for a lot of people it is. These people obsess over it to the point where nothing else matters. And in some cases, like, things in certain other areas of their life might suffer, you know, like their work and family. You're not mentally ill if you like things to be clean. You're still not mentally ill if you clean things to either forget or distract yourself from issues in your life. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. The next one's called Loophole, and it comes with a drawing. The poem cannot work without the drawing. Basically, it's of a girl having a conversation with the genie. The genie says his spiel, you know, 3 rules, you know, you can't wish for more wishes, you can't wish for love, you can't bring people back from the dead. The first thing this girl says is, I wish them rules don't apply to me. And then she proceeds to wish for things that break every single rule and then some. That's not even, she doesn't even stop there. She keeps going. She's like, and wish number 5, I wish for da 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 da, and wish number 6, I want da 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 da, you know? And the genie's just like, damn it. What was the point of this? Also, what inspired this? Those two questions are turning out to be the two most common thoughts I have while reading these poems. Anyway, moving on. No! Oh my life! She did not. I am actually speechless. I don't think this has ever happened before. Congratulations, Gabbie Hanna. You just achieved it. I am legit speechless. I'm not even gonna read it out. Guys, y'all can do it for yourselves.
Bruh.
I hope that wasn't blurry. But if it was, let me sum it up for you guys. The title says sad. The poem says isfied. Put it all together, what do you get? Satisfied. I'm done. I cannot. I literally cannot take this anymore tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I don't know how you did it. Give that like button a little kiss. And subscribe to become a Starlet. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you have read something that's just left you shook beyond repair, let me know in the comments. I'll see y'all later. Bye.